record. All right, hi, John Reagan with E-Powersport.com, and just coming to you on this Coffee Rant Sunday number 2. We're gonna be doing some of these, and I'm actually recording this on Saturday because I received an email this morning that was kind of like, oh, really, dude? You know, I was trying to be nice. I really was. I've been trying to be nice this whole time about it all and just be like, whatever, you know, these things happen, but oh man, some people need to learn how to do research and read. Those are two things that have allowed me to be one of the most successful tech recruiters, supposedly, that companies know. That's not my words, that's their words, okay? I just go with what people tell me about that stuff. You do a great job, it's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you recognize that. But when I got this email this morning, I was livid after reading it. I was like, you know, you don't even freaking know what these things can do. You're, you know, supposedly you do electrical work. I couldn't imagine having you wire anything for me at this point because, holy crap. You don't even know what chassis wiring carries. And supposedly you've been working on these for a while now. So what I figured out in the I think I logged 128 hours research on the Coulters. It was actually an email. Damn, it was an email about the Coulters from somebody involved with them. And as they pointed out, you know, perhaps they were defective. And yes, they were. So I sent them back. And because I sent them back, they dropped my dealership agreement. Know what you're talking about before you freaking send me anything. Seriously. Tired of people not even knowing the story, knowing half the story, knowing half the information, and then coming at me about something like that. That's ridiculous. So if you don't like the review, do your own. Put yourself on camera. Break it down like I did. Show people how I'm wrong. Okay? I'd like that better. Because then I'll learn. Instead of you just sending me something that, quite honestly, education, seriously. So, my opinion of government, real quick, is that it's not something that's there to regulate people, to save people from themselves, but it's something that's there to help educate and apply knowledge to its citizens so that they can save themselves. Okay? Anyway, that's what Reagan, sorry. So it did inspire me to something, and it inspired me as I was able to calm down over some time and working through it, thinking about it logically, looking at the points, as I usually do because I'm an analyst. That's what I've done my whole life. It made me realize why electric has taken so long to take off in our country. And a lot of it has to do with current incumbent large bicycle manufacturers not adopting cheaper things that they could provide, so on and so. It's a whole other thing. That's not this discussion. All right, that's something that can easily be fixed and worked out. What it is a discussion about is how there's a difference, especially when it comes to something that could possibly kill somebody. I mean, I want you to think about that for a second. When you get on a bicycle, when you get on a motorcycle, when you get in your car, okay, you not only take your life into your hands, you take everybody else's life into your hands. As you're riding around, as you're passing them on the street, as you go by their house, all right? You could run your thing into their house. You have to understand what responsibility you're being given, okay? And so when I look at businesses and I see companies that sell the same product I do for twice as much, but are only open 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, I have to question the ability of that company to provide you with any level of you know, really trusted integrity. Is like, I'm open 12 days a week, or 12 hours a day, almost 7 days a week. On Sundays, I think I'm 8 to 6. I have to check my hours again because I usually just respond to people anyway, because that's what customer service is about, right? So this same company, by the way, I've had customers come to me and we've discussed the product, and they've said, wow, not only did you respond super quick, but you're very knowledgeable. surprisingly more so than these people, and I'll definitely be buying from you. So if you have problems with customers and stuff, or people don't trust you for some reason, maybe look at what you're doing, not what I'm doing. Because all I'm doing is putting facts out there. All I'm doing is giving people what they want to know. So this collective, you might say, of people who have businesses, and I commend them for it, but these are not businesses you should be doing 4 hours a day, a few days a week. These are not companies that should operate, as a hobby, okay? Because these are items that can kill someone. So I really want you to think about this. If you're selling e-bikes as a hobby, if you think you're going to sell e-motorcycles as a hobby, please really consider what you're doing. It's not a hobby business. It really is not. And the amount of attention and education it takes, you're going to find that you're only going to be able to get to that garage level. So I've designed E-Powersport.com to be scalable, to be large scale. I'm even working on a pitch deck right now for a new facility because I thought we need 1.5 million. David Rudlow says I should ask for 3 times more, so 4.5 million. I look at that, well, could definitely blow that thing up for $4.5 million. You're right. So, and that's the difference. This is my day job, right? Reading about all the new motor technology, reading about all the new battery technology, knowing how it all works. That's my day job. That's what I do 24/7. I dream this stuff. It's crazy, but it's crazy. So when you go to buy these things, just do me the favor and make sure you are buying it from somebody with at least half as much passion and desire and drive as I have about these, okay? Not somebody that thinks they're just going to buy it and turn you on a quick buck so they can go buy some Sizzler, okay? The other thing I want to touch on are reviews, okay? I've mentioned already, and I got it queued up as a real short promissory video to you guys about how we will do reviews, how we will not do reviews, what we will review, what we won't review, things like that, and why you would want to trust reviews. Okay. But most reviews we found out there that have a lot of traffic tend to be paid reviews. You get glare in my glasses. Paid reviews. So now, think about that for a minute. So I give you a product and I say, here's $10,000. Please review this. There's only a handful, not even a handful, I mean, I can probably count on my fingers, of people that I've encountered so far that will honestly review your product once you give them that money. The rest are kind of like, yeah, I'll write you a fluff piece, be nice and blah, but whatever. And I've countered with, well, let's make sure we get value by using affiliate links. And then whatever you sell, we'll cut you some on that. And we're going to start that program more with our outside sales reps, but I want validation. I want reviews that are done for the sake of the review, the journalism, and honesty. Especially when you look at pricing and value and things of that nature, it just it doesn't make sense to me when I see other companies that sell other bikes reviewing another company's bike. We don't review another company's bike. We give you the specifications and the pricing as they have it listed. That is not an opinion. Those are facts. Those are numbers. They're really easy to compare, right? It's not like, I love riding it, because, okay, you love riding it, but I might not like riding it. So I'm going to use data to make my decision, and we are providing you with that data, okay? So we will not do paid reviews. We will not accept money to do reviews because I don't like to do what I think could potentially be a fake review, okay? I don't want to have that unconscious bias, again, 20 years in HR and recruiting, in the back of my mind that I took money from this person, I might owe them something, okay? Politics 101, baby. Don't take money from somebody whose interests may not or do not align with your own. So I will not. And then we will not. Okay? That's just item number 3. Okay? It just drives me crazy to see these things and to think there's so much not quite totally true stuff out there that you really have to drill down and figure out what is what it is when they say things. So our goal when we do reviews is to be able to help improve the product, improve your understanding of the product, and improve how we present it to you. Okay, which improves its position in the market. You're starting to see a theme here, right? So we want to be recognized for quality and excellence. We don't want to be recognized for paying reviewers or handing out free bikes to YouTubers. We want to be recognized because the customers we've worked with, and we have worked with some already, and they're very ecstatic about their bikes and the service so far, are are honest and real and something you can trust, right? Not I don't know that word. Not fake reviews, we'll say. Not quite real reviews. Not digging deep to understand what the cons might be for you as a consumer buying this bike. Reviews, okay? So, me. I hate that word. So I'm a servant leader. Okay, I have to get that out there. I have to talk about myself. I don't really like talking about myself. One of the things that I've enjoyed my entire recruiting career is I get to talk about other people. I get to understand who they are, what they want, what their interests. I mean, there's just so many great things about people. Their stories are incredible. Some people's stories blow your mind, man. If you sit and listen, people will tell you just incredible things about their life. It's amazing what some people have done that you probably aren't aware of. So, yeah, I mean, there's people are wonderful, you know, and I really hate bringing it to me, but I've been told a couple times already that I need to talk about this stuff. I need to discuss these things because, well, why should people buy from you, John? Why is it that you say you know, like, what DOT and its it takes, but this guy over here that's been doing this for a while says it takes a whole other thing? Well, for one, I'm research driven, data driven, and I went and read the requirements from NHTSA and the DOT. I downloaded the reference material, and I've already provided it to the companies that I work with, and I'm already getting reports back about their submissions and timelines. So, cheers to you, all right? From somebody that knows nothing about DOT certification. Okay. Lordy. So if you don't understand already, my life has mostly centered around research, and it has since a young age. This is going to get crazy. Buckle up, kids. So, when I was 5 or 6, I was tested to be exceptional. It's a horrible word to label a child at such a young age. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the worst thing. Because it pretty much means beat the shit out of every single day. It's bullied and harassed constantly for wearing glasses and being too smart. So the school I went to on Guam, when all this testing was done, was a good school. It was Harry S. Truman Elementary, and we were put up on a hill as the smart kids. So totally separate classes and everything. It was very like, I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. And even at a young age, the experience of it all made me realize that it was better to hide how intelligent I am. I hate saying that. How intelligent. Yeah. Then accept it. Because people will beat the shit out of you for it. Because they don't. It's not like everybody. That's wrong. Okay? I've learned over the years. And as I got older and I got into high school, I got a real fuck you, fuck it attitude. And if you got in my face, fuck you and fuck it. So I was a really nice guy. I rode my bike everywhere. I did swim team for hours a day. All my teachers considered me to be a genius. And then I signed up to do military, and I was going to be a military intelligence. Took the D Lab and had the highest score they'd ever seen at MEPS for the Defense Language Aptitude Battery in 1993. And also was able to figure out how to get myself out of going because of a lot of the events that happened between the time I signed up and the time to go. So it's a whole big story. We can get into that too, but basically, I'm probably one of the rare people you'll find who the military has basically documented as a genius and isn't working for the military. There's reasons for that too. But it's as we move forward into things, you have to understand that I've had a long entrepreneurial streak. Even as early as 13 years old, I signed up with a real estate company my parents bought their house from to clean their parking lot and another lot and some other places for them, really cheap. And I would walk because my dad would make me. You made a commitment, you go. It taught me a lot. And it was a real experience. And growing up, I kept that. And I learned about business early on. I learned about the numbers of business early on. And I even wrote a business plan in a high school class that the teacher requested to use as the model for the remainder of the class. We were one of the first entrepreneur classes given that year. I think it was 93. And then he also asked me if he could use it when he retired teaching to open his own what was basically a dinner theater. So it was a old-timey movie theater where the menu would be catered to the movie, and the experience around that movie would also be catered throughout the dining experience for people. It'd be a nice posh type place. So wrote a great business plan on that. It was so good. He wanted to literally use it. He said, I don't really need to change anything. I'll need to update the numbers for the time frame, but otherwise it's all perfect. Nothing. It's all great. So I was already writing great business plans before I even graduated high school. I'm not bragging. This is all stuff we could find. It's stuff that people that know me know about, so on and so forth. So that's kind of a bit of who I am. But I took that knowledge and went to work, essentially. I figured I could learn more going into these companies at the entry levels and doing things, learning how they work just by paying attention from the inside. And I did. I learned a lot. I've learned a lot over the years, and a friend of mine turned me on to recruiting, so I was able to get out of the more labor area, and that actually put me sitting right next to all the managers and the CEOs, learning all their ways, learning how they view things, learning what the steps are to get your business to where you want it to be, and that's why I've been able to help other businesses and other companies do those things. Okay? So it's like all of the things in my life, including the 4 to 5 years I spent at Precor in the warehouse learning manufacturing, have all pushed to lead to this. And I'm taking all of that experience here. Where, like I mentioned, we're looking at a large facility, but it's not just the facility. Eventually, we will look at assembly and manufacturing here in the United States as well. That's a big goal. Let me tell you, it's pretty expensive. There's a lot of stuff to do, but I think we need to be able to be at least somewhat self-sufficient, just like I've had to be all this time. So that's a little bit more about me. It goes a little deeper, and we'll talk a little more about those things and the other stuff that probably I've been involved with over the years that I just have never had credit for. So it really sucks because your name doesn't go on everything that you're involved with, especially when you're on the outside. People don't realize that. But I would say, as far as what you could do right now to let companies like that, if you want to support the guy that's there 4 hours a day for you, fine, I get it. If he's a friend of yours and stuff, and it's really easy for you to ride down the street, get your stuff, talk to him, get your stuff worked on, good for you. That's cool. But if you want to have a company that's behind you 12 hours a day, at least, available, or for the most part, working for you 24/7 to improve the situations and make things better for you, then I would say buy a bike from us. Buy any motorcycle from us. Test me. Find out if I'm just blowing smoke or if I'm actually delivering. Because so far I'm delivering. I haven't had an issue with delivery. I have people that have gotten their bikes. They're happy with them. There's certain things like I didn't think it was so heavy. It's like, well, it is a heavy bike, but it rides, it goes, it does what I said it does. So, that's how we operate. So I would say if you want to show that you believe in a company that operates with transparency and integrity, then I would say buy a bike from us, right? Because I'm getting flack for doing it. And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm getting flack, if I'm having to deal with other companies pissed off because I'm being transparent and operating with integrity for you as the customer and for our employees, I mean, you should look at our employee programs. They are phenomenal. And I'm bringing everything I learned from HR into those. We are going to pump that up. It is going to support you. That's the goal. That's the goal of the business, is to support the customer and support the employees. As a servant leader, that's how you set it up. So that's why it blows my mind, because you have to deal with small minds when you think big. That's just how it is. So buy from us, because we are going to give you a truly transparent and upfront experience, because that's the right thing to do. And if companies aren't willing to do the right thing, well, then fuck them.